Welcome to Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Sabrina Peterson, and I'm filling in for Hal Mayer while he is on medical leave. A native Canadian who has witnessed his country's leftward turn over time is warning about First Amendment freedoms in the United States if the Equality Act ever becomes a federal law. Dr. Charles McVety, who leads Canada Christian College, tells One News Now that the U.S. Senate and President Trump must stop the Equality Act after its passage in the Democratic-led House. In March, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi introduced the Equality Act with unanimous support from fellow Democrats and some support from a few Republican lawmakers. The measure passed 236 to 173 in May and set up a fight in the GOP-controlled Senate. McVety tells One News Now his country passed a similar national law in 2010, which added sexual orientation and gender identity to Canada's federal hate crimes law. Days before the U.S. House passed the controversial bill, One News Now reported how Democrats and the LGBT allies were claiming the Equality Act seeks to end employment and housing discrimination. But missing from the floor speeches and press releases was the issue of women and girls forced to shower and undress with transgender women, biological men. That concern, in fact, led some feminists to publicly oppose the measure. Also missing from Democrats' talking points was the legal issue of Colorado baker Jack Phillips and other Christian business owners whose orthodox views about marriage and sexuality are clashing with state-level non-discrimination laws that mirror the Federal Equality Act. Phillips, who won a narrow Supreme Court victory, is now fighting the demands of a transgender attorney who is harassing the bakery business with requests for a gender transition cake, a second cake with a pentagram, and a third cake with graphic, obscene decorations. All of those demands were rejected by the Christian bakery owner. The One News Now story also noted Democrats are demanding that the equal rights of homosexuals and transgenders being codified in the landmark 1964 Civil Rights Act, making homosexuals and transgenders a protected class, which would likely mean a future court, citing the law, would side with a biological man over teenage girls changing clothes in their high school locker room. Back in Canada, McVety says a Canadian pastor was recently arrested on the street for his sermon that denounced homosexuality. And in our schools, McVety says, we are threatened that if we misgender a person, then you can be hauled in front of the Human Rights Commission and fined tremendously. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. Luke 17:28. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.